Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Play Motorsport Manager. The Timmix here. This is, of course, the second attempt at the Daddy's Boy Challenge. First attempt was restarted after 2 races. It has gone much better this time, but we are nearing the stretch run, I would say. We are up 5 points on Spartan. It looks like, again, it's a cage match between the two of us. And the last few races have not gone as planned. Some better, some worse, but Singapore, we were hoping to extend our lead, and we saw it cut in half due to screwing up the tires in the qualifying. So, hopefully, we're done with that. But I've thought a little bit about our financial situation. 1.7 million in a hole. We're going to get another sponsor here. And it seems we can survive a deficit. And I thought about, do I ride out with the parts I have? Do I try to design more? Here's the thing. Engine's too expensive. We've done the gearbox. We've done the spoiler. Over here, we've done the brakes. But our weakest part relative to the field is the medium speed corners. We're still better at those than Spartan. But the suspension there, it's not an expensive part. It's actually the cheapest part. And so we can build some of these without breaking the bank. And, you know, I've decided that it's worth it. So I looked at the calendar, and if we, it's our den, not that important. It's going to be vital in Vancouver. I only think I can get one of them done by then. One max suspension, but even so, that would still help Stone out. You know, and then I could have two. If I had two of them maxed out for the final couple of races, you can see not that important for Yokohama or Doha, but I mean it's still going to help some. So I sort of went back and forth on it, decided it was a good thing to do. So I'm just going to move forward with the suspension here. And then let's take a look at our emails. 12 hours to fix as usual. Let's take the interview. Gabler was beaten by Laurie. Would you consider bringing him in next season? And I'm just straight with him. Possibly. It's a little early to be talking about silly season. Gabler doesn't appreciate that comment very much. Of course, probably wanted more of a vote of confidence from me. Stone doesn't care. So onward we go. I'm still shocked that Stone's morale stayed that high. Yeah, and then Laurie, the win in Singapore. I'm going to take a look at Stone a little more. What's going on with him? And, oh, yeah, that's because he had the positive personality trait. Because he's not happy with Singapore, and he's not happy with the interview answer. But, you know, getting that bonus means that, you know, it's just sort of like, so what? It's overwhelming all the other negatives that might be in there. So that's what's going on there. Okay. Then on our den, interesting, top speed's going to obviously favor Spartan. That being the crucial part here. But if it rains, that'll balance that out because Gabler's so good in the rain. So, and since we're in the lead, we're front running. The main thing is to get Gabler in the winner's circle. Hopefully the pole, but definitely in the winner's circle. Okay, so let's go back and take a look at our improvements. We're building, yep, okay, we're working on the 2 spoilers, maxing those out, so we're still going to get performance boosts out of that. And then as soon as we get some suspensions up that we can work on reliability on, we'll do that. But we've got a ways to work through before that. So there's really nothing else I need to do until the suspension's done. We've got some sponsors offer. It looks like 3 sponsors offers for that spot, but there's no reason to entertain those until we get there. Make sure we get all the offers in. GT Challenger moves on. Okay, so we've got our first suspension finished, and I want to look at the old ones. Because, yeah, okay, we've got a 380 and a 377. And then if I go to grab more, now the ones I'm going to want here are, we got this plus 30, this plus 25, and then that minus red zone, that's going to boost it more. But we can see that we're going to end up, I mean, we should probably end up close to 500 when the current ones are like 380. So this is really going to be nice. And 250K for that one. And I've got to put that one design part in the good section, or else I won't be able to use. I'll only have 2 components available next time. I'll have 3 if I can, and I want all 3 of those. So that's the reason for doing that. Okay. 9 days till the race. Let's keep moving on. Okay, we've got some stuff coming in on our den now. Chiaki Hashimoto is rumored to be leaving Atsuno Racing. That'd probably be wise if she can find a better spot. Chairman continues to like the fact that we are first in the championship. Okay, 37 lap race, 3.6 miles. Lap record 153, just under 2 minutes. 40% chance of rain. I wish it was higher than that. That's a hit and miss whether we're going to get it. And if it's only for a few laps, it's not going to matter that much anyway. So, yeah, reminder that it's a high-speed circuit, and Spartan would be favored somewhat due to that. And then super soft and soft again. Wonder what the temperatures are. I don't think we've got to look at that yet. I don't need to know yet. Okay, and Bobby Stone Jr. likes our brakes. Feels phenomenally good, he says, knowing he's going to be better than the other cars going into a corner. And they think we're going to perform well. Former WMC principal Eddie Dubois says if my estimations are correct, then we have to be the favorites. Gabler's feeling confident about her lead. She definitely should. And then Hannah Trenoweth of Dogtooth are having a shocking season. Higher-ups need to have a long, hard look at what we're doing here, because as a team, we're really having a rough time right now. Ouch. That's not impressive. Okay, and the suspension, not going to be done yet. We can see that it's basically expected to be done during qualifying. So we can't do anything with that till we get back. It's time to pick our sponsors. Now we've got 4 races left, so we can get, let's see, 450K and then 700 per race, or $1 million and then 550 per race. No reason to even consider Brutus over here. We're going to consider Roly Roy or Shimizu, excuse me. So over the course of the rest of the season, this would give us 3.2 million, and this would give us 3.25 million. So literally almost exactly the same, but this is actually going to be slightly better. So what the heck? We'll go with Roly Roy. It's not as much money now, but they're going to give us the higher fixed pay. So that dips our balance right back down to about where it was at the end of the last race, 1.7 million. Let's head off to our den. Again, we're going to go third or better. And we can see that if we hit the bonuses, it's projecting that we're going to lose 61K before it was 100K. I'm surprised that we're going to lose anything at all. I wonder if it takes into account that sponsor I just signed. Anyway, cool weather. So the Super Softs might be able to run. And the other interesting thing here is that nobody's going to be practicing on the rain. Looking like heavy rain for the race. Loving that. But it's looking like nobody's going to be practicing in the rain. If it's clear for practice, then we could have a bonus in the qualifying and the race from Gabler. So, I mean, that really increases the odds of getting that pole and winner's circle that I want to get from her. Alright, and our parts should be just dandy, but let me make sure of that. And indeed, they're right where I want them to be. Never hurts to double check. But now it is time to head off to Ardennes. Of course, this is a very wooded area, as we can see. I have done this race before, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. As I recall, I seem to have, and it might have just been a function of the particular season I was playing, but there seemed to have been just a lot of crashes on this race. So that's worth watching out for. Of course, we're going to have Gabler in 1, Balcazar in 2. And let's take a look at our setup here. Yeah, 25. I think we're definitely going to be better off on the Super Softs. Because even so, with the length of the race, you know, it seems like they're going to endure pretty good. I could go with a 1 stop for Gabler, and then a 2 stop for, goodness, what's his name? Stone. Ugh, brain needs to work. But I think that's where we want to go with it. So definitely Super Softs is the way to go. We can see no rain expected today. Going to be right there in the mid-teens. So let's get some basic setup going here. Maybe a bit more back towards the middle. Close enough. As always, we'll be adjusting it, so I just want to get it somewhere in the general ballpark of where I'm going to want it to be. And onward, of course, there's always the weight stripping needed. And with only one crucial part, of course, the other driver is probably doing the same, but with only one crucial part, we can really, really nail this out and actually get even a little bit more, 345. I'm trying to remember, yeah. So we're going to get an extra 30 points eventually off the suspension because of the red zone that we're going to cut in half. Of course, that's future. That's down the road, but that still should be nice. So 345 is the most we've been able to get out of our weight stripping. And assume everybody else is going to do the same. Okay, so usual approach, 8 lap, and then Balcazar is going to be on the 4. Yes, indeed. Let's get out there and make some things happen. See, a long looping exit from pit row. A little bit of an uphill thing there, and then we go along this mostly straight section, and then we've got a chicane. Loop around, and here's where it gets a little bit interesting. There's a lot of back and forth in this section. And if I recall correctly, they just, yeah, it's back and forth, and you don't see a lot of passes in here. Very important to do this turn well, right there, that series, because now we're going to come out, start picking up some speed again. Gabler likes the speed, but Balcazar wants more. Yeah, we can see here, even at medium, we'll keep it there, but our tires are cooling down. So that's an indication that you definitely want to go super softs. There's basically no reason for softs here. You could make an argument for ultras, but of course that's decided by the GMA. We don't have the option to take the ultras even if we want them. So definitely going to want to be on the super softs, and at the start of the race, you know, we might be able to really push them just a little bit longer than normal. Maybe we can go on probably wouldn't want to do it on the engines, but we might be able to really push the tires even for 3 laps at the start of the race. So see how that goes. Too much weight at the front. So we need to shift weight back forward for Gabler. We need to give Balcazar more speed. And Balcazar wants more low-speed corners. Or less low-speed corners, rather. Excuse me. There's our first little boost. We can see quite a few cars going out on the soft tires. Of course, they may shift later. But for everything I'm seeing so far, it's super softs here all the way. I just don't see any reason at all, like not even a remote argument in favor of it. And interesting that Balcazar is so far the top driver, while Gabler down in 9th, although she went faster that time. She's to 2nd. Liking the handling. So Gabler feeling good about this setup. It looks like we hit pretty good because Balcazar is in 1st, and Gabler is liking 2 out of the 3. Just wants to adjust the ballast. Given the length of the track, 8 laps might even have been too far, but Hashimoto going first, not a surprise given her, didn't really do it in Singapore, but I think she had 3 straight poles before that. And there's Balcazar taking that record back. Impressive stuff when I haven't even changed the setup at all. And of course, this is another one where that track record is a little bit off because the track record said 153. But nonetheless, it is still a long track. We're coming up now here on the 2nd level of trim. And look at Balcazar, just Gabler's like not going fast enough for her. Look at that. That's just craziness. Balcazar is driving well, but Gabler isn't driving bad at 5.9. Balcazar will now be coming in. So we're already almost 2/3 of the way into this session, so it looks like, doesn't look like we're going to get much in the way of qualifying trim here. Of course, we're going to keep Gabler going around. Probably a couple more laps. Balcazar wanting more speed and more of the high-speed corners. I think she's going to regret that. I think she's going to want more of the low-speed corners, but it's what she asked for. So, speed. Something like that, maybe. And we are going to want to adjust the handling some, so let's just move it there. Sure. Qualifying trim. With the time that's left, there's no reason to have more than 2 laps. Same tires. No, 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 don't do the same tire. No, no, stop. Goodness. Screwed it up, so now I have to reset it. 2 laps. Tire choices move to the softs. We are still dry yet, yeah. Okay, let's do that. 76% is a good first stint. And then we'll lock some things down a little more here. Gabler about halfway around the next time. She's going to have to go around at least one more lap. Balcazar still in first, but Gabler has switched down to 6th. About 8/10 behind. Look at all the soft tires out there. That's a mistake. I'm really confident that's a mistake. So I don't know exactly how the AI trim is calculated, but going to be close this time, but I think Gabler might actually still not have enough. And it doesn't look like we're going to get anything on the softs in qualifying at all. Looks like we're barely going to even make the race trim and super softs, so... Yeah, she's got to keep going around. No kidding. Told you that was going to happen. So either I misheard her, or I don't think I misheard her though. I think she just had the wrong advice. It takes until like literally less than 10 seconds, 6-7 seconds to go. We get that level 3. And yeah, nowhere close on those. So, definitely one of the tougher practice periods here. But I think that might be based on how many laps you get in. In which case, on the shorter tracks, it's easier. Now, I don't know that for sure, but it just seems that way. Because on the shorter tracks, it seems like it's easier to get a little more. Based on how many laps you've done working on each of them. And so on these longer tracks, with the same amount of time for practice, but each lap takes longer, it's harder to get those. Gabler with her best practice time, so 1st and 4th, which I don't usually care a darn about fast practice times, but we're getting it done here. And a lot of that's just because other drivers using... Look at all those drivers setting their fastest time on soft tires. So yeah, that's practice. Chica Balcazar, very happy to finish first in practicing. No, she can't convert it into a good lap tomorrow because she won't even be driving. Just saying. So on to qualifying, and indeed it is raining as expected, at least for the first set. Okay. We're not going to use soft tires, so we're just going to use that super soft bonus. That's all we're going to get. And we're going to want to lock in our setups here. As you can see, we're partway there, definitely not all the way there. Going to want to work on that. Gabler never came in once. I don't even know what his score was. Okay, so we're going to be looking at, yeah, we've got rain early. We're going to want inters on for about 3 minutes. So send them both out for one set on inters, and then it probably dries out, and we've got, I mean, that really works out well for what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so cornering, we definitely want more on the low speed corners. So something like that. And then the speed was good. We probably want it a little bit higher. So yeah, right about there. And just keep that in there. We can tweak it back a little bit if we need to. I'm not trying to get to that fine of a thing here. Gabler is looking at about a 7. Very, very fine with that. Nailing these two right on the button, 79%, but that one sucks. So let's see. That was poor. That was very poor. So we want to be really up towards this high end. Like, honestly, I think I want to be there. And then that, of course, significantly affects these adjustments. Yeah. Well, no. Let's not do that because we're going to move this more now. Close enough, I think. Yeah. Yeah, let's just throw it there. I mean, and let's see about the inters there. Okay. Oh, it wants me to grab. I can't grab any more there. Yeah. I mean, I can use that, I guess. I mean, it's not going to do any good. But it wants you to take more bonuses if you haven't taken all the ones that are available to you. So, okay. %82 on the first attempt, and we'll see what we get out of this one. And 76 to 79. So both of them at about the 80% level after practice. I would expect the top 15 to be a breeze here, and we're just looking at, as always, lock in. I want to lock in our performance. And be ready to go. So we have a few cars out here on Super Sauce, but most of them smart enough to change over. Yeah, you can see it's taking a long time for the tires to heat up on this track. A long time for them to change, period. heating up or going down. Makes it a little easier to lock them in. We can see we're able to get the brake temps almost down for Stone, but not quite. So, yep, there's only one car actually going to do a lap on Super Softs, and that's Rodriguez. Everybody else said, nope. Looks like we're going to dry out, and then we're going to get more rain. And I really don't think anybody's going to have a time to do a lap in the middle. So we're going to stick on these inters. And just go right back out with them. Because we should be able to get a decent time. So Gabler running a very similar time to what she had in practice. Stone running a lot slower than Balcazar did in practice. And actually, no, Gabler's faster than what she did in practice. Stone, though, much slower than what Balcazar had. So, regardless. Yeah, nobody's going to have time for a dry lap today. And then here comes the rain again. So yeah, let's see what adjustments we've got to make in this. Go right back out. 96%. Liking that. So we had poor there. I think we need a little bit more on the low speed corners. I want to try to be there. Let's try that. See if we can't get that up into that 98-99% range. Like the water's going to be pretty steady the last half here, so it doesn't really matter when I go back out. You just get it done. And again, solid but not spectacular performances from both drivers. Gabler is pushing up towards 6. Stone is at 6. 97%. So we had poor, very poor, and great there. The question is, which direction do we go? Honestly, I think I'm going to try to just push it up there. Okay. Having a hard time locking these in exactly where I would like them. Yeah, maybe there. I mean, that's close. I mean, we're at 97. I mean, when you got a 97 to fall back on, you can't cry about it too much. imagine just more water on the track, probably slowing down Gabler here. See Stone also running slower than the mark. Yep. But well off the pace there. Really, nobody really close other than Holgersen on that opening set. And that probably just has a lot to do with timing, when they went out, what the track conditions were. So don't want to read too much into it. Stone. You know, going almost as fast as he did the first time, but his form's going up, so. In any case, I feel like we're pretty locked in. We're most of the way there on the setups. Accomplishing our goal for the practice session. Second round of practice, third round of or first round of qualifying, whichever you want to call it. Okay, so we are losing Alice Wood of Lockhart, Trenoweth of Dogtooth, Capello from Corsa, Tanaka from Atsuno Racing. That's a bit of a surprise. Hume from Torin. So the Orange drivers did pretty well. The Spartan drivers, Lori down in 15th, Sevilla in 8th. Lori is the big surprise, but Hashimoto all the way down in 14th. Again, you can't read too much into this because of the way the weather was, but you know, obviously if Spartan doesn't improve on that, that would be a very nice thing. And Rodriguez running 4th even though on dry tires. So on to the second round. Of course, this is the one where we got to watch our tires. Make sure our fastest lap is on tires that we want to use for the race. We've got to use fresh tires for everything we do out here. Okay, so let's take a look at our weather. Dry, and it's going to be warm. There's no sign of anything happening except for that. So definitely going to want to go out on super softs here. And given how long the track is, I don't think we want to wait. We want to make sure we can get our 2 runs in. 98%. Just see if there's any way we can tweak that back to excellent. A slightly higher top speed. And I do mean slightly. Yeah, let's just go with that. That little bit of reduced tire pressure. And just see if that improves it at all. I'm happy to stick with 98% if that's what I get. So, Gabler, get out there. Of course, we're going to want Stone to go second. Give him a little bit better conditions with tire grip to make sure he gets in that top 10. Probably not going to have a problem with that, but you never know. And both drivers in the 5 to 6 range and already dropping. So that's not exciting. Okay, 98%. This went down. This is at excellent. You know, just. So I would need a little bit more oversteer. The problem is to do that, I would have to drop this down. I don't think I'm going to improve on it. I'm just going to leave it where it is. And one question I honestly have about this qualifying system as we go through this, hitting perfect tire temps, of course, again, is what happens if you qualify on dry tires and it's soaking wet at the beginning of the race? Do you have to, like, pit after the first lap? I mean, I have no idea what happens there, but that just seems bizarre. So Gabler setting a new best lap, but I don't think it's going to hold, and it's not. Holgerson, 0.14 faster, but other drivers coming in slower. And we can see as Gabler works her way around, we're already half done. Stone was third, now fourth. So better than most. But we're going to, at best, get another lap in. Gabler down to fourth. And we're definitely going to want to do that with increasing track grip here. I think. Let me just pause and consider this. I prefer to conserve the tires on Gabler. The question is, are these guys going to go faster than Stone? Because you never know what's going to happen in the next set. But I would like to, so if I can hold where I am and I use 2 tires for the third qualifying. Then leaves 2 for the race. 2 fresh ones for the race. I can't see myself needing more than 2, but I might need 2. Probably not. So Gabler's going to stay, but I'm going to send Stone out again. Just because, well, I mean, they're not that far away in time, really. And I sent Gabler out on the doggone it. I sent her out on the other tires. I did this crap again. I didn't give her fresh tires. I mean, it's not going to hurt that much in this case. Oh my goodness. I clicked the wrong thing. I didn't even intend to send her out. Stupid. Fortunately, this is, it's like a low tire wear track. They're not going to burn that much. All of that crap. But still. Still. The tires are going to be down to like, high 70s by the time she comes in. One absent-minded misclick just ruins the entire. You just come in. And I screwed up Stone's tire temps now, so at least his brakes were good. But yeah, I don't want her to burn these tires anymore because she's going to make it in the top 10 anyway, I think. Ugh. So instead of 89%, she's going to come up with them at about 80. Okay. She did hit 99%, so that is a thing. Still. Stone getting his best first section. And actually, ahead of Lori's pace. Now behind Lori's pace, even though it's his best. But yeah, both of them going to make top 10. That's what matters here. I think. Pretty lame in 5th position, says Stone. Hashimoto going first, Gabler down to 7th. There are still 3 drivers below her out. Even if they all pass her, she's 10th. We're now where we need to be. Not looking great, but where we need to be. Yeah, okay, so it is going to finish 6th and 7th. And, you know, particularly with Gabler, we'll want to improve on that time. Get up here with the leaders. Hashimoto doing Hashimoto things, 0.03 of a second ahead of Lori, and Holgerson less than 1/10 of a second behind. So Gabler should be in that group. But you can see Dutt from Mirage dropping out, but the 2 Spartan drivers, 2nd and 5th, they're doing just fine. So they definitely recovered from the bad first day. On to day 3 of qualifying, and what will the weather bring? Cloudy? So Stone goes out first now. 97%. I made him worse. So we're just going to go with that 98%. We're going to hold that. Yep, and there is his tires. So he's going to have these 2 and 1 to spare. And I'm not going to be able to wait a huge amount of time before sending out Gabler. Make that not at all because of our weather conditions. So this will be an interesting micromanaging dilemma. Get their tires right, but yeah, it's going to be raining by the time they start their lap. So none of these times, frankly, are even going to matter. In all likelihood. Yep, it's already raining. Already damp as we go around. What's the weather going to be like later? Okay. This is going to be real interesting. But at the end, I should be able to get the fastest times because it's going to be dry. All the grip's going away that we're using right now. Like, you know, the water's just getting rid of it. But should be dry at the end. See the end, just like the last minute. We're going to want to time this right. So in order to get around for the final lap, probably want to send the drivers out at about 2.5. I'm going to bet the longer this goes on, these times are probably going to suck. Yeah, Gabler's plus 2 seconds. The other lap's probably going to be even slower. There's Parisi. Pretty much, yeah, the time, yeah, almost 5 seconds. The times that we're getting are basically just strictly order. Order of when we're out there. So I think I want to send Stone out at 3 minutes and send Gabler out at 2.5. And that'll give them, you know, at least about... it's going to be close, but it's going to give them about... their last lap is going to be very little water. So we're going to sit in here just for about 45 seconds. And then we're going to go back out. Weird qualifying session. Because the rain's right in the middle, but we can't actually take advantage of it. So there goes Stone. And now we'll get Gabler out there. Stone looking great with a 7.5. Gabler looking solid with a 6.0. Third and fifth after the first round. You can see all these other tire cars going out, a lot of them on inters. And that's a mistake. That's a definite mistake. Because now it's dry. So we've simply got the tactical advantage here. Okay, that's perfect. We've got the tactical advantage because we're using the right tires for the conditions, looking ahead instead of looking at the way things are. Bit of an AI weakness there, of course. See Gabler crossing the line to start with 30 seconds left. So that's about the right margin. There's no grip, but there's no water either. So it's just baseline conditions here. Stone now well ahead of, you know, the top lap pace. Wouldn't that be a thing if Stone set the set the pole? And he's going to get first, but he's not going to be the best one because Gabler is going to probably, yeah, Gabler's still 0.16 ahead of his pace. Sweet. So we have the front row and we've got it by a mile because we recognized what was going on with conditions. Okay, so as much as I screwed up the second round again by wearing down Gabler's tires a little bit too much, I definitely made up for it on that section. At least to a significant degree. Yeah, 4 seconds ahead of the field. That's ridiculous. Okay. So, yeah, tight qualifying battle between my two drivers, not between anybody else.
And when a little human learns to drive, it's like watching me, Mom. Well, that's your problem. You're watching the wrong driver. Okay, so here we are in Ardennes at race day. Let's take a look at the weather. Dry! For at least the first half of the race, it's dry. Shoot. I was hoping for a rain interruption. Just gonna save this in case I do anything particularly stupid. I will not have to redo the entire run-up, although I might want to, given what I did in the second qualifying round. Anyway. Okay, so race trim and super softs. Pretty obvious. Race trim engine expert. So, I'd like to get Gabler and Stone out in front. Have Stone slow down traffic. I mean, you know, pretty basic. Make sure Gabler at least wins. Key thing here is going to be how much fuel, because I still would like, if it doesn't rain, and I'm going to have to assume it's not going to, I'd like to be going with a one-stop strategy for Gabler. So, what do I need to get through 18, 19 laps? Well, first of all, how about the tires? Are they going to last that long? No, they are not. So, let's call it, yeah, I'm probably not going to get much more than, you know what? I think I should go two-stop strategy, given where the tires are. Let me see where Stone's tires are. Yeah, 19 to 21, 20 to 22. I don't think we're going to quite... Oh, with totally fresh tires. Might be able to... You know what? To heck with it. I'm going to say we're going to get at least 16 laps. I'm still going to go with it. I'm going to say we're going to get at least 16 laps. Should be able to charge the battery up close to full by that time, not quite full. I think I want to make sure I have enough fuel. I'd like to run with 10, but I'm going to push it up to 11. I want to make sure I have enough fuel to do this. I'm continually erring on the better safe than sorry deal here. And of course I'm going to want a full load, because he's going to go around, he's going to have to stop twice. I'm definitely going to want a full load for him. Twice, if not 3 times. Because he's got to get 12 laps each session. Yeah, full load for him. So, all right. Well, running a 6 and then an 8 for Stone. So, I mean, the chances of holding the others off. The other thing is we've got Holgersen and Stefansson here. Rodriguez and Parisi here. Lori is in 7th. And Sevilla back in 10th. So, they did particularly bad in their qualifying, which means should be able to potentially keep them back. It'd be very interesting to see how this starts and see if I can build that lead for Gabler. Oh, and look at Holgersen just coming off the line, blasting by Stone and basically ruining that entire idea. And yeah, Gabler already dropping back to 2nd. Of course, I want to build up the tire temps. I actually don't want Stone to start backing people off yet, because I've got to build up his tire temps higher. So going to be middle of the road here in terms of temps, 15, 16 degrees outside. We are in second and third here. Stone looking to press Gabler. It's not really what I wanted. You know, I think those are high enough. Start backing people off. Start backing people off. Relax, Stone. And yeah, let's go neutral now. Neutral and medium for Gabler. Let's just sort of settle in here. And theoretically, you know, based on what I saw before neutral, we should slowly see this drop. Slowly see the tire temps drop. There's nothing slow about Stone dropping. That back there, but there's Rodriguez going by. Do I even care? You know, Rodriguez, 6th place driver for Orange. And yeah, Hashimoto and Lori are next behind Stone. So just go ahead and try and slow them up a bit. Very slowly, Gabler's tire temp going down, which is exactly what I want. Happy with her run right now. Happy as we can be, anyway. Hashimoto, of course, on the fresher tires, a second ahead. Now Gabler's going to have to push his tires. Or Stone is, rather. But Lucas is driving 8.7. Very nice. We can see that Holgerson first, then we got Gabler and Rodriguez next back. And then we've got a little bit further gap. So we are spreading out the field some. Let's see, I've got more energy in the battery because I'm not using it and the other drivers are. Go back to neutral, Stone. It's alright, I don't want you to get by Gabler. I really don't. See if maybe this is a race, and a lot of time left, but maybe this is a race where Stone can finish up in the points. I mean, and give us some help. If we were to finish where we are right now, see, Wolfhagen would be the winner, but who cares? We would extend out to a 12-point lead over Spartan. I mean, I would be more than happy with that. You know what, Stone? You want to go by anyway, then go ahead and burn your tires and get the temp up a little bit and just go. I mean, yeah, 9.6. If you're going to drive that well, you just go. You go have some fun. I don't like the idea of the two drivers, you know, tussling here together. I'd like to I mean, if Stone's going to get ahead, get ahead. Of course, you can see Holgerson, Rodriguez. I mean, we're all bunching up here now. Yeah, Rodriguez is out of battery energy. Holgerson doesn't have much, and we aren't using ours yet. Oh, what a shame. Get used to it. There's Rodriguez into the lead. So look at these threesome just fighting for the lead. Rodriguez, Holgerson, Stone. And Gabler's now the one in the holding up traffic position. Back and forth, running at a 5.0, while Stone is pretty much walking on freaking water up here at 9.8. Yeah, Laurie now just 2 seconds off the lead, joining this pack. So we've got basically a pack of 5, more or less. And Stone now up ahead of Holgerson. We're not quite ready to go hybrid yet. Stone fighting for the lead from Rodriguez, and he's got it. Wow. Well, see if you can maintain it at neutral then. Shoot. Gabler trying to hold off Laurie further back, and I don't want to push anything here due to the car situation. Well, I've got plenty of, let's see, 8. Yeah, there's no reason why I can't go high there. I just want to burn some fuel until we get down to where I want to use hybrid. Well, I'm not going to make that many more laps. You know what? Go hybrid now. So you can stay at high on hybrid. So I'm just wanting to push Gabler's car a little bit and see if she can, you know, get up here any further, because she's in 5th now. Stone gradually pulling away from Rodriguez, his only competition. This is nutso. Gabler's starting to race better. The tire wear isn't that high. That's the other thing about this. I wanted to get to about 15 laps, and I've got the fuel to get there. So, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, Gabler. Park condition still looks fine. We're just over a quarter of the way through the race, but we haven't had any reliability problems in a while. I don't see that being an issue. Stone only needed to get to about 13 laps around here. He's going to make that. I say push. Push the tires. Extend your lead. It's already over 2 seconds. Incredible. I mean, it seems like it can't happen, but if Stone were to win instead of Gabler, do I care? No. If we stayed 1st and 5th here, I mean, look at that. We'd have a 10-point bulge for today with a 15-point lead. That wouldn't put the championship on ice, but with 3 races left, it'd come pretty darn close. Trying to get by Holgerson, and again, I don't want to push the tires anymore. So you're just going to have to fight through it. Almost made the pass, but couldn't. Yeah, I mean, I've still got to get a few more laps out of those tires, so you just keep right on going. I'll go ahead and back off the tires for a bit here. I want to make sure I have enough to match up with the energy on Stone. Almost a 3-second lead now. And Gabler dropping to 6th now behind Hashimoto. But again, she's doing the long-term play here. She only wants to try to stop once. I don't even know if that's going to work. Can I get 3 more laps out of these tires? I'm going to do fine with it in terms of the energy. And the fuel. But in terms of the tire wear, remains to be seen. Rodriguez now 3.5 seconds into the lead. His form dropping to 9.2. Another reason to keep him out there as much as I can, so he's not sitting in the pits with declining form. But you can see lots of other cars here, lower tire condition. So Gabler at 5.3. And really on the edge of this lead group here, because you've got Lori, Hashimoto, Holgerson, and Gabler, and we're in the back of that. This is 14, and this is as far as she's going to go. So, let's go ahead and save up energy. Just let all that happen. Okay, so we got to try to get 23 laps. Is that going to be enough? I think it is. I do want to go with the full load. And then the question is then on the tires. Let's take a look at our weather. It is going to rain. Crap, it is going to rain. Okay, so that changes a lot of things now. We're going to want to be on inters. Around lap 22. So we only want to get to like lap 22. This is lap 14. You only want to do 8 laps. Okay. Four and a half laps of fuel. I'm not going to recharge the battery. Fresh tires. So you're basically just going to go in and come back out, you know, somewhere around 8 laps. Try to be as fast as I can during this stint, and then go at the end. It looks like the water is going to level off into inters. So. Stone's got a couple more laps he can make here. Well, one more after this because of his energy. And there's certainly no reason to push it any further than that, given everybody else is going to have to pit soon and the weather situation. So in goes Gabler. And let's get Stone in there. Fresh tires. He's going to want about 7 laps. Which I think means he needs about that much fuel. Maybe a little more. Let's go with 8. And new tires for him. But yeah, race leader by 4.5 seconds. And of course, we want to burn these tires on push. No question, we want to push the tires. Use every bit of wear we can out of them, be as fast as we can. Gabler in 14th, and she wants to see other cars pitting in front of her like yesterday. And they're not doing it. At least not yet. Here comes Stone into the pits. Yep, you go ahead and burn your tires as well. Of course, Stone... go back to neutral. Stone in 9th. He's down to 7.6, but he's still the fastest car out there, or the furthest up one that has not gone into the pits yet. Okay, let's try to get by here now, Gabler. Both of them trying to make a pass. And Gabler, I believe, just... Oh, I thought she had it. Trying to make a pass on Trenoweth, whose car is essentially in dead zone, but didn't get there. Dead zone on tires, what I mean. Stone trying to get by Wood and not succeeding. And here comes a whole bunch of cars in. So... Trenoweth and Lori coming. There we go again with the stupid pit stop strategies. Look at all these cars going out on inters, and it's not going to rain for like 4 laps. Oh, you're insane, people. You're absolutely insane, and I'm going to take advantage of it. Back off to neutral. 4th and 6th now, but we're going to rocket up through the field here because cars are pitting, and few of them at least going out on inters. And you know, honestly, that's unfortunate for career mode that the AI is where it is, because it doesn't happen that often, but you can just really get a great result in these situations. It looks like I saw Stone just cut a corner, but they didn't say anything. Yeah, I mean, all these cars on inters are just going to sink. We're just going to gain all kinds of time on them. They didn't want to do another quick stop right away. I mean, I get that. But, you know, I think the problem is AI only looks at the next stop. It doesn't look 2 stops ahead, like a player can. So, in any case, it is what it is. Stone is in 2nd, making ground on 1st. Here, and Gabler is in 4th, looking to make a charge. on bags. And we're getting close to hybrid time now for these guys. Stone now in first with another pit stop happening. That's low enough. Let's go hybrid on Gabler. Make sure we don't overshoot the mark. Stone I want to keep rolling with. And let's push those tires a little bit. Let's just extend out, get every bit of lead that we can here. I actually think there's a decent chance Stone's going to win this race. But if we finished first and third, yeah, you can see that's just domination. That's just absolute domination. And Stone's form going up. Everything going his way right now. I think I gave him a little bit too much fuel, so I'm just gonna push this and save. And now the question is, when do we come in? Because now it's starting to rain. Not yet. There's no way Stone's going to make it on one stop. So Stone's going to make two stops. So I want him to come in first. But I don't want him to do it yet. I think Stone waits one more lap to come in, and then Gabler two. I think that's how I want to play this. Go and push your tires more. You can back off to neutral. Okay, Stone's going to come in. 17 laps remaining, so you want to get about 9 out of them. Still have a good amount of charge in the battery. So I'm just going to go with that. I did give you inters, right? Yep. So I think it's going to be 6th coming out is the guess. And Bags goes in. Let's take a look. It's going to rain up to the end. Yeah, that's definitely Inter's range. A couple of them bordering on Wet's range, but for the duration, it's definitely going to be Inter's range. So Gabler is actually going to take the lead here for a lap. And you can see the gap behind us now. 7 seconds back to Hashimoto. All these cars, we're not even into the good intermediate driving part of things yet, and all these cars with halfway burned through intermediate tires. I mean, it's just, you can just wave goodbye to them because they're not going to compete with us for the rest of the race. That's where it is. They've lost too much time. Gabler now in the lead. Yeah, it's time. It's time now. And we want you to get the rest of the way. 16 laps. You're not going to need that much fuel. How much will you need? That much charge left, but you're using it up. You might need 12. I'm just going to go with it. Again, when we're in this situation, we want to play it safe. I really want to play it safe for the rest of the race because we're having a dominant race here just handed to us on a silver platter. And the other thing is I'm going to reset that because what about the tire distance? Yeah, okay, the tires should make it if we're cautious with them. So we'll go back to that. 11 or was it? Well, you know what? I'm doing 12 anyway, even if that's not what I picked before. But We're having a dominant race handed to us. So the one thing you want to do is just don't do anything stupid and screw it up. And since you're going to be going back in again, guess what? You're going to push. Let's see how these inters react to the temperature condition of the track. We're not quite to the point where they're going to be useful now, but almost. Gabler out in 6th. Alright, let's go neutral here, see how that works since we've got all these cars around us. The thing about it is, they're all on super softs, and that's going to be a very bad idea very soon. Another couple of laps, and inters are going to have a clear advantage, whereas now it's probably more just a wash. Yes, a wash. I made a rain joke. And we're at the point where I don't care about anything like losing time while I go through traffic. That'll work itself out. I just want to run solid. And yeah, look at that tire wear really going down. So these tires may not last to the end of the race for Gabler. That's something I'm going to need to watch. Stone now up to 3rd, as our tires are really starting to have their effect. Gabler may pay a bit for a fuel load here because if she has to come in for a quick tire change later, but you know, I mean, she's still going to run in a high position, probably 2nd to Stone. So, I mean, it's not going to make much difference. See, she's still gaining considerably on Hashimoto, our current leader. Stone now up to 2nd. This is a good time for him to back off to neutral on those tires. Just briefly. Yeah, you can see Gabler's really down there in temp. I've got to push him. Stone still running 9.0, Gabler 5.4. So, I mean, heck, Stone wins this race, he's going to be ecstatic. And honestly, right now, I think he's going to. I really do. Already up to Hashimoto. Just go ahead and make the pass. Yeah. There it is. Back off to neutral. And it looks like we're going to want to hit this right about at the 3-lap mark. Yep, let's go hybrid. Still at 9.0. Gabler back here now at 5.4. We're just going to ride along with her as Stone is basically just going to pull away from the field. But a good time for her to push her tires, try to get by Blasi, then get by Hatcher. There's one. 1st and 3rd. Just look at that. And she's going to pass. Should be like really coming up on Hashimoto fast, who has no business staying out there with those tires. And let's see, 11 seconds back is Lori and is going to have to come in soon. Sevilla 14 seconds back. It's really a case of where the Spartan drivers finish in the rest of the points. It's not a case of Stone or Gabler because, I mean, this race is ours already. It really is. And I want to run, once I get back around to the start, push up the tempo. I want to run a lap on neutral and just see how much that degrades the tires for Gabler. Because I want to see if there's any chance at all that she's going to not have to come in for a tire change. We're at 76 going across the line. Let's see how that works. 9-second lead and rising for Stone. And you can see Sevilla having to do repairs here. It's going to slow her down even more. Sofa not having a great day. Lori is right there, but tires are dying. So it won't be for long. And my oh my, I don't want Stone's temps to get that low. Only got about 3 laps left. Push. Push, 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 push. Yeah, looks like 4%. %, a lap. Well, maybe 5. So if we call it 5, means we're going to get about 9 more laps out of them, potentially, almost 9. And there's 9 to go. So I think we're going to have to run these tires down a little bit. They're going to be like really worn. We're going to be losing time with them, but they're not going to. It's not a case of we can't finish the race on them. So I think we're just going to stick where we are. Gabler's going to stay out there. Now the question is, it's interesting because the question is now, can Stone come back in, refuel, get tires, and then come back out and pass Gabler? Or does Gabler get the win despite Stone's great racing day? I think we've got 2 more laps here of Stone. Maybe. You could probably make it around 2 more laps, but honestly, I think we stop now. So we're going to go back out on inters. We're going to have 8 laps to go. Let's give him 10. And there it is. And here's Gabler 11.5 seconds back. She's going to have to push her tires again a little bit here. Fuel is going to be fine. In fact, she's going to have extra. She can go almost the whole rest of the race on hybrid here. So honestly, I just want to go high. Yeah, let's really put our foot down and see what we can do here. And the drivers just racing each other right now. Good pit stop for Stone. Comes out in 4th just behind Baggs. That'll be a temporary situation. Go get him, Bobby. More importantly, it's a 12.5-second gap up to Gabler, and that's the one we're going to watch. Yeah, and honestly, Gabler's got enough fuel. I really miscalculated the fuel here because Gabler can just flat out go the rest of the way. Although, why? You know, why? Why even do that? Just go high. And then if we still have enough left at the end, we can use that to compensate for low tires. 6 laps to go. And I can burn off, I think. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to burn off about 30% of this. That down to about 40. Just because I want to use it for something. It's basically the reason for that. Stone getting ahead of Bags, who doesn't seem to particularly like it. But I don't think those tires are going to allow him to do anything really about it. And 5 laps to go. And this really could serve as a coronation for Hammer AMR Racing. Now it's first and second. Yeah, look at that, 20-point lead. At least right now. We'll see what happens later, but Gabler's lead not shrinking. I'll have her go neutral again, try to conserve as much of the tires as she can for later. How's our park condition? It's just fine. Yeah, all kinds of extra fuel here for Stone. I really did just overshoot the mark with the fuel for this last set. Both drivers, and it's just not going to matter because the lead's so big that it's ridiculous. Bags is close behind Stone, but that's temporary. Once he comes in and pits, it's going to be like 8 seconds back to Lori. So yeah, Gabler first and Stone second. That's what we've got going on here. I see no reason why it's not going to just stay that way. Three laps to go, and she should have enough tire for at least 2 of them. Or no, 5%. Yeah. You should have enough tire for all of them, really. Go ahead and push. Down to a lap, so let's go hybrid there. I will have Stone, burn off whatever energy he doesn't need at the end of the race, but I mean, maybe that gains him half a second or a second. It's not going to gain him enough to catch up. Two to go. It's right along with Stone now. I mean, we pretty much got Gabler set where she's going to be. She'll have some energy left, but she won't have a reason to use it. She's going to win.
so just make sure we're where we want to be with Stone. You pretty much put this race on the board. Bags is going to try to finish here. So whether or not Lori passes Bags could be important. Sevilla way back here after the repair. She's not going to finish in the points. So, you know, maybe they get another point out of Lori. That's the only thing that really might change here. You know what? Go ahead and go push with the rest of what you've got there. Yeah, we've got plenty of fuel to finish the race, does Stone. So we get about halfway through this lap. Actually, I don't want to wait till halfway through this lap. I want to wait till right after this turn. There we go. Probably as good a spot to do it as any. Dropping that gap down to 12.2 for all the good it does. And Lori now burning that off, trying to catch Bags, who's trying to finish on rims. And Lori does make that pass. Bags runs out of fuel. Okay. Everybody's happy. First and second. Lori gets third. Good for you. Just waiting for Capello to finish. And there it is. Gabler, Hammer AMR with another win. Stone had not finished above 5th, so this is a huge result for him also. Curious to see where that lands him in the driver points, as he was 9th coming into this race. Okay, Gabler there, and the pole position. The fastest lap goes to Hashimoto of Atsuno. All Hammer AMR here in the Ardennes. Yeah, up 2 spots now to 7th, as he has 11 total points and just got 6 of them in that race. So that's not bad. Obviously, Gabler locking that up, and we've got a 19-point lead over Spartan. So it's not over completely. It is over if I don't totally screw up the last 3 races. We could still lose, but the only way that happens is if I don't screw it up. Chip winners, you are amazeballs. Pretty sure you don't even know what that means, Lane. Everybody's just over the moon about Andrea Gabler, as they should be after that dominating performance of intelligent strategy, mostly. Should send cases of virtual champagne to Rick Stone, who is the principal of Spartan MRT, for essentially handing us that win. So yeah, an 8.5 for him, finishing 2nd, feeling all kinds of good about himself, 100%. Gabler's back up to 85%. Chairman's thrilled. Everybody's happy. Yeah. And look at that. Total income Made money. Made a lot of money. Made $500,000 there. Oh, yeah. And the suspension is finished over the weekend. Okay, so what's basically left here is to not screw up the rest of the season. We've got let's take a look at this. We've got Vancouver, we've got Yokohama, we've got Doha. We've got three races left. Don't do anything colossally stupid, and it's in the bag. So we're going to be working on suspensions and stuff next time. But really, it's just going to be about not doing anything dumb. So we will get to Vancouver next time. Until then, thanks for watching. We're coming down the home stretch now and looking great in the Daddy's Boy Challenge.